Hey everybody! So, today we learn about extraction and what the best method to go about that is. Now, you may not be able to see everything, but you will be able to see everything eventually. Now, we're gonna go over the best extractors and what trinkets to use when you go to extract, as well as how to not treat people who want to play somebody who's not the best extractor. So, logically, of course, you've got these two who are going to be two of the best extractors. They have 5-star extraction speed. The only thing V has up on him, as far as extraction wise, is her skill check, and that doesn't matter that much. But if you have 8 people, Boxton's going to be one of the best options for you. That's why I always recommend him as a starter toon. He gets extra extraction for each person, and it usually ends up helping out in the end. Now, if you're just starting out, you're not going to have many trinkets, and you're not going to have any. So yes, he is the better option. And later on, as you get trinkets, it's going to be a good idea to still use him. Like, say, you're going to want to take these two on him, typically once you have them. But if you don't have them, you're going to probably want to run machine manual and, let's say, the shoes. For the speed and the extraction, because of how important that is. You need to be able to get places faster. Let me... Now, if you want my opinion, all of them are decent extractors. These two have good skill check. She's also got a decent extraction speed. However, Razzle and Dazzle is completely dependent on what floor you're on. If you want to extract, you need to have even. And on odd floors, you'd be better off distracting, because they have the lowered speed. So, swapping them off, each one depending, and building for distraction instead, is usually the better option. And making sure you have another distractor there with you. Now, I hear a lot of people say, oh, but Pebble, Goob, these people ruin extracting when they don't. Truth be told, if you're gonna need healers, you should have these two extracting, and they should not be distracting if you want them to be efficient at their jobs. Because yes, you can, and I will be explaining that later, distract as a 3-star speed toon. Well, he can distract. It's better that he's doing machines. And for people like them, you would be taking the V remote for these people. But depending on, you can still take these two. But that's all up to you. You can play as whoever you want and do whatever job you please. This is just explaining ways to make it more efficient. So the only reason why Pebble, Cole, Goob, and the others are not recommended for it is because of their low extraction speed. However, that doesn't really make a difference if you're doing multiple people. Machines are still going to get done either way. And, like, say, technically speaking, you can use Gigi also as an extractor because of her large skill check. And depending on who you're playing, I will say, this here, these give run and walk speed that's 10%. If you're that worried about your speed, run those. Both of them. That's an extra 10% walk speed and extra 10% run speed to get you out of bad situations. You should not ever, as an extractor, be requiring this one, and this is for the slower ones, like for Connie. Connie is 1-star move speed, so I do recommend taking that. It is very difficult to fully understand what I mean by that, unless you've played her. But you can take that, and you can take either one of these, and if you don't have those, you can take the machine manual. It all depends. These trinkets here are typically terrible for them. You shouldn't be using this one at all. Not right now, anyway. Wait till the event comes back next year. This will go for all other roles, too. But depending on what you're doing, who you're playing with, and if you can trust them, if you can't trust the distractor, run these. And if you can, run anything here. You can mix and match these. You can do it this way. But what matters is that you're keeping yourself at that point. I do have different builds for certain characters, like for him, for Cosmo and Ginger. But that's my personal taste, and this is based off of my personal preference. Depending on who's distracting, this does wonders for these two, because of their 2-star stealth. And, like, say you've got a Goob or a Louie distracting. Your stealth is gonna be equal. So if you run the diary, it makes it safer for you to extract near them. Now, I'm not saying you should use this for people that are distracting as anybody else. But if they have the same stealth as you, which you should know, which we can go over when I get to the beginner's guide. If they have higher stealth than you, you need to hide. If they have lower stealth than you, you can extract perfectly fine. Typically, safe extractors, safe people to extract as, no matter what, are going to be those with a higher stealth. That's why I prefer playing Cosmo as an extractor. And a support. I mean, technically speaking, Bobette could fit in there too, because she also has 2-star stealth. Let's see. Connie is another safe one you could use to extract anywhere. Some people prefer using Astro, but they have the same stealth and she has a better extraction. So, she's the better choice. And if you can't get her, you probably don't have Astro yet, unless you've been playing a while. But that concludes our extractor tutorial. And next video is going to be for distraction. We will cover support after, and then I will cover how you can improve for solo runs. And I will be making a separate guide to how I would play Sprout. Thank you. Bye-bye.